What's up, everybody? It's your boy Roman here from Team Rogue Sheep, here today with another rogue strategy, so that way you guys can combat the meta strategies. And today I'm going to be giving you a thorough breakthrough of the RUNICK White Forest deck. So if you could, please smash that like button and subscribe down below, as I'm back on the grind, awaiting the ban list, and going to keep bringing you these walkthroughs, these guides, and also counter guides to the current decks in the meta. So I played RUNICK White Forest at a case tournament the other day. I literally picked it up the night before, ended up going undefeated at that case tournament. I did the video and the deck profile for that is on my channel. I have seen the ones from YCS Sacramento, and I do think that some of them are playing it, I would say, incorrectly, I think, or the build isn't like super optimal. I know it's hard to say that when they top the event, but I don't know how much that went into, I won't discredit them, but like I said, I seen flaws and holes in the deck building, but the list here that we have is pretty standard. I've been playing RUNICK synchro builds for a while, and yeah, I think just one of the things I will point out is the spell card, right here, the Tales of the White Forest. Like, not playing that, I think it's too powerful not to. Like, obviously it's not great on its own, but searching it, once you go into the Elzette combo and then get into the Sylvie, it's just too good. Having that free discard fodder that can search, send itself, reset itself, and then go back and get the Rusha for the draw. It's just too strong, so I think you got to play that. So real quick, I'm going to go through the list with you guys, and basically just break everything down. This is Elzette, the level 2. She is not a tuner, but I feel like she is one of the best ones. She's the best starter in the deck. Always remember that if this card's in the grave, like the turn previous, when you special summon any light spellcaster tuner to your field on your opponent's turn, you can add her back to your hand. That's how you loop the follow-up. This is Rusha. She is an extender. This could be maybe honestly like a 1 or 2 of, but she's good. It's good to have a level 4 tuner, and the draws are always nice. This deck is very consistent in that aspect. But yeah, you send one from hand or field, you can draw a card, and yeah, she's a body that can special summon herself as long as you control another white forest. Then we have Sylvie. I'd say this is probably like the second best starter. Really good. She can search the spell or trap. So if you don't feel like you can get into the rank, the Synchro 6 here, you can go ahead and search the trap if need be. And then we have our RUNICK spells. These don't really need explanation. Tales of the White Forest, like I said, it's not exactly Rhoda, but it is good. 1 talent. I was playing 2 at the case tournament, but Upstart Goblin's just better because we can keep using it, then the deck out and loop it, evenly matched, because this is our 1 board breaker. We have 3 skill drain. This card it needs no explanation, and I will show you guys how to play under skill drain. I was literally basically playing the deck as I would throughout the tournament under skill drain, so I'm just playing under skill drain while my opponent just kind of has to sit there. And then for me personally, I am playing the 1 woes. It was more than enough, gets the job done. You can add it back. Here on the side, I just want to show you can be playing Munin, obviously. I've seen some builds that were playing like Dawn Dragster. I kind of like that. I kind of like having the Dawn Dragster for like kind of help with the Tempai match, so that's something that I may look into. Stops talents though in the future. Like I said, the extra deck's like semi-tight in my perspective, but it is pretty good, so that's what the Munin would be for. And then I didn't see a lot of players on this card. This card was like literally insane. When I played that weekend, if I seen this, I basically just won because you have Hugin to protect it, and then like if they have a Cyclone, they have to decide between this and the Fountain. So yeah, deck lockdown was just really good, and your Fountain does resolve under it, so keep that noted. I've seen people ask about Dominus Purge. Not like, it's just not the most optimal option. Yeah, because if you end up going into Chaos Angel, or I think it's like Water 2, so yeah, your Coral Dragon won't be live, your Typhon won't be live, your Little Knight, so yeah, you just lose things. Yeah, it's just not necessary. You could really just play Ash at that point and decide if you want to draw into. And then in case skill drain ends up getting banned on the ban list or limited, obviously you can play Synchro Zone. Not as powerful, but definitely still a great card, as you've seen in RUNICK's done. There is one more card I wanted to put here. We're going to go with RUNICK, I believe it's called. Yeah, this card here Let's see. You could potentially play in the side going, for going second for breaking boards. If it's synchro summon, you can discard a card and then bounce a card. That way, whatever you bounce doesn't trigger like Flame Bird or any of the Yubel stuff. If you get to like Spirit Yubel, instead of destroying it like Coral Dragon would, you can spin it. Yeah, so there's that. And then if you discard like the trap or the spell, it resets itself. So you got the one Gary. My buddy tells me he plays two. I never really seen a need for it. Triple Hugen, I felt like this is super mandatory. I don't even think that's flexible. Chaos Angel needs no explanation. You can get there with like obviously one of these and a 4. Or no, I'm sorry, you can get there with this and Gary, and then it's it's unaffected and your cards can't be destroyed by battle. Or you can do it with like Triad Master and Gary. So yeah, Coral Dragon really needs on Diabelle. She adds a spell back. You go into her with a level 6 and a level 2. I'll show you that in the combo. But she adds a spell back, and then when your opponent activates a card effect, you can send a spell from hand or field, special summon one of your tuners, which is either going to be the Book of Eclipse and Silvera, or my guy who overperformed here, the Zapper Shrimp. Then you got the Searcher, Triad Master, just for draw power. Baguska, I didn't have this at the tournament, but the night before, I was telling my buddy that you need to be on Baguska, just in case, like, not only can you make Baguska through Nib, but if you get shifted, if you have literally just Sylvie, then you can get to, yeah, if you have just Sylvie, you can get to Baguska under Shifter. And if you get Nibbed, you can make it, so that's pretty good. I wanted to have, like, a contention plan just in case that happened. Typhon really needs no explanation, and then same thing with SP Little Knight. So yeah, that's the build, and that's really what every card does for the most part. I think it's pretty standard. Like I said, super consistent, really strong, and yeah, let's get into some combos. Okay, so here is the Elzette line. I think that's like one where you need a discard and preferably a runic spell. I mean, you played 31 spells and traps, so it should not be a problem. But what we're going to do here with her is send that for cost. She will special summon herself and then go search out the Sylvie. From there, we're going to go ahead and normal summon the Sylvie, who will then go search. Tales of the White Forest. We will not use it just yet. We're going to go ahead and Synchro 6. For this one, I really don't know how to say her name. Rosili, I'm going to guess. We're going to use her effect. Dumping Tales of the White Forest to go ahead and search. And this is where we go ahead and make sure we have our trap card. See where, and then we're going to trigger this to reset itself. That doesn't really matter. I guess we can activate it here. And we are going to get our other combo piece in Russia. Now, what you can do with her is like depending on your hand, but I'll just show you like some of the possibilities. Now, me personally, this is where I like to, I think we're going to summon 4. This is where I like to bring out Hugen. That way, if we play, if by chance we get nibbed, we get into our Synchro 8 first. And that way we have the 2 bodies in the graveyard. So this is summon 5. We're going to activate this. We can go get one of our spells back. Spells or traps. In this case, we'll just say we'll go ahead and get our Smiting Storm that we used. And then now we can use her effect. It does activate. Special summon her. We want to keep the spell. We just go ahead, declare. Send that for cost, draw, and a new chain. We'll make sure to reset this. And boom. Now, this is why I played 3 Munin, because, if you wanted to, you can use one of these spells. You can bring out Munin and then go into your Tri-Edge Master to get a draw. And if you had Fountain in rotation, you could end up like going into a Geary and then bringing out Chaos Angel. That way, on your opponent's turn, your synchros can't, any of your monsters can't destroy battle, and then these synchros will be unaffected like when you activate her. Just one thing to keep in mind, so I don't have to show you a whole nother combo, is on your opponent's turn, when you activate when they activate a card, you can discard this or activate this, send a spell or trap from field or hand. And then you can either bring out this and go for the Book of Eclipse, or so that's good in most standard matchups where they're building a board. If you're going in a tempo, usually when they put the field spell on, before they can activate, or you bell, they put the Nightmare Pain on. I'm gonna bring this out. Bring this out. Declare its effect. Send for cost. We'll send for cost, and then it'll pop the Nightmare Pain or the field spell that they have. And another cool trick I would do, so you guys know, is like, let's say I activated this and they responded, I would chain this, and instead of losing something that I wanted to keep, I would just send this off the board, and then bring out the Zapper Shrimp or the Book of Moon. And then after that, you can just use it kind of like Formula Synchron and just go into Changing or Chaos Angel. So that's like one of the best lines, safest lines, quite standard. You get all this, you got the follow-up right here. You're going to get your Elzette back, and then you have the Sylvie engrave, and you'll probably eventually have this engrave after you use the trap. So there is that, and that's combo number 1, and until the next one. All right, so for the second one, I'm just gonna be real. Like my server is acting up, so my DB is going like a little bit lag. I want to show you the shifter line, and then just the shifter line, and I'm gonna show you also how to like basically play with the skill drain all in one. So first thing, like if your opponent goes standby shifter, you don't want to lose. We're gonna go ahead, use her effect, Sylvie, go get spell. Activate that. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but you do have to know this. And then with the spell, this will end up getting banished. Special summon the Rusha. And then overlay for your Baguska. And at least that with some runic spells should keep you pretty protected until the shifter's up. And then after that, I wanted to show you, see, I won't go too crazy because I want to see what's going on with my server. But other than that, let's say we're going to, we have skill drain live. And most of you know this, but just in case, you might just be picking up the deck and it's your first time. So this is something maybe someone didn't tell you. Like your opponent activates a card effect, and I did it a bunch of times. Or, actually a really good example would be this. Let's say we got this on board. We got the trap. We activate it. We special summon a tuner. And then synchro. And we want to book our opponent's board so that they can't, do any damage or start, pushing through our board, even under skill drain if they have bigger bodies. We're going to go like this, activate their effect, and your opponent's like, well, skill drain's live. And you're like, well, I'll chain any one of these tuners here, put this back in the extra deck, special summon, and now since she's not on board, it'll resolve and flip all your opponent's monsters face down. So like I said, you may know that already, but I'm sure, this deck is getting a lot more hype. Some people don't know how to play under the skill drain, so that's why we play it. It's not just to be a stun player, but we can actually utilize it really well, and then we can even turn it off on our turn by sending it for cost, and then use the Dia Bell to add it back. So that's it, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. If this guide helped you at all, please make sure to smash and like down below. And until the next one, peace.